Welcome to the Historypedia channel. My name is Peter and today I'm going to tell you about an ancient world history. The Assyrian Empire was a civilization that existed in Mesopotamia from the 24th century BCE to the 7th century BCE. The history of the Assyrian Empire can be divided into three major periods: the Old Assyrian Period, c. 2500 to 2025 BCE, the Middle Assyrian Period, c. 2025 to 1000 BCE, and the Neo-Assyrian Period, c. 911–612 BCE. During the Old Assyrian Period, the city-state of Ashur rose to prominence as a trading center, thanks to its location at the intersection of several important trade routes. Over time, Ashur grew in power and influence, eventually conquering nearby city-states and expanding its territory. During the Middle Assyrian Period, the Assyrian Empire reached its height of power and prosperity. The Assyrian kings, such as Ashurnasirpal II and Tiglath-Pileser I, undertook ambitious building projects and military campaigns, expanding the empire's borders to encompass much of Mesopotamia and beyond. However, the Neo-Assyrian period is perhaps the best-known era of Assyrian history, as it was during this time that the empire reached its greatest extent and conducted brutal military campaigns. Under the reign of King Ashurnasirpal, the empire reached its largest size, stretching from Egypt to the Persian Gulf. However, the empire's brutal tactics, such as forced deportations and mass killings, earned it many enemies, and in 612 BCE, it was conquered by a coalition of Babylonians and Medes. Despite its eventual downfall, the Assyrian Empire left a lasting impact on the world, influencing architecture, language, and culture. Its legacy can be seen in the modern-day Assyrian people and in the rich history and archaeological remains of ancient Mesopotamia. The Old Assyrian period was the earliest phase of Assyrian civilization, which emerged in the northern part of Mesopotamia around the city-state of Ashur. During this time, the Assyrians were primarily a trading people, who conducted business with neighboring regions such as Anatolia and Syria. The Old Assyrian period saw the rise of the city-state of Ashur as a center of commerce and political power. The city was strategically located at the confluence of the Tigris and Zab rivers, which made it an important hub for trade routes. Ashur's favorable location allowed it to establish trade contacts with other ancient civilizations, such as the Hittites and the Babylonians. The Old Assyrian period was also marked by the development of the cuneiform writing system, which allowed the Assyrians to keep records of their commercial transactions. This system enabled the Assyrians to track their trading activities and maintain accurate accounts of the goods they bought and sold. During this period, the Assyrian merchants traveled great distances to conduct their trade, and they established trade in colonies in other regions, such as Anatolia. These colonies were overseen by a governor who represented the Assyrian king and maintained law and order among the traders. Overall, the Old Assyrian period was a time of significant cultural and economic development for the Assyrians. Their expertise in trade, commerce, and writing laid the foundation for the Assyrian Empire's later military conquests and cultural achievements. The Middle Assyrian period, c. 2025 to 1000 BCE, was a significant phase in the history of the Assyrian Empire, characterized by significant political, economic, and cultural developments. One of the most notable achievements of the Middle Assyrian period was the consolidation and expansion of the Assyrian Empire. During this period, the Assyrians established a centralized government, with the king serving as the supreme authority. The Assyrians also developed a powerful army, consisting of both infantry and chariots, which they used to conquer neighboring territories and expand their empire's borders. As a result of these military campaigns, the Assyrian Empire grew to encompass much of Mesopotamia and beyond, including parts of Iran and Syria. The Middle Assyrian period was also marked by significant advancements in architecture and engineering. The Assyrians built many impressive structures, including palaces, temples, and fortifications, that reflected their wealth and power. These buildings featured intricate carvings and sculptures, and they were adorned with colorful mosaics and paintings. Another notable development during the Middle Assyrian period was the expansion of trade and commerce. The Assyrians continued to trade with neighboring regions, including Anatolia, Syria, and Iran, and they established new trade routes and colonies to facilitate this commerce. The Assyrians also developed a sophisticated system of weights and measures to ensure that their commercial transactions were fair and accurate. Overall, the Middle Assyrian period was a time of significant growth and achievement for the Assyrian Empire. The Assyrians consolidated their power and expanded their territory, while also making significant cultural and technological advancements that would influence later civilizations in the region. The Middle Assyrian period, c. 2025 to 1000 BCE, saw the rise of several notable kings who played a significant role in the expansion and consolidation of the Assyrian Empire. Here are some of the most notable kings of the Middle Assyrian period. 1. Shamshi-Adad. Shamshi-Adad was the founder of the Middle Assyrian Empire. He conquered several city-states and territories in Mesopotamia and established a centralized government that would be inherited by his successors. 2. Ashurnasirpal. Ashurnasirpal was a powerful king who expanded the Assyrian Empire's borders to include parts of Syria, Lebanon, and Anatolia. He also built a new capital city, Kalu, which became an important center of commerce and culture. 3. Adad-nirari. Adad-nirari continued the expansion of the Assyrian Empire, conquering territories in Iran, Syria, and Babylon. He also established a new legal code that was used throughout the Assyrian Empire. 4. Tiglath-Pileser. Tiglath-Pileser was one of the most powerful and successful kings of the Middle Assyrian period. He conquered several territories in Mesopotamia, including Babylon, and established a new administrative system that helped to maintain the empire's stability. 5. Ashurnasirpal II. Ashurnasirpal II was a prolific builder and military leader who undertook many impressive construction projects and expanded the Assyrian Empire's borders to include parts of Syria and Iran. He also conducted brutal military campaigns, earning a reputation as a fearsome ruler. These kings, along with many others, played a significant role in the rise and expansion of the Assyrian Empire during the Middle Assyrian period. Their achievements in military conquest, administration, and culture laid the foundation for the later success of the Assyrian Empire in the Neo-Assyrian period. The Neo-Assyrian period was a time of significant expansion and prosperity for the Assyrian Empire, which became one of the most powerful empires in the ancient Near East. This period was marked by the rule of several powerful kings who oversaw the conquest of vast territories and construction of impressive monuments and buildings. One of the most notable achievements of the Neo-Assyrian period was the expansion of the Assyrian Empire's borders. Under the reigns of kings such as Adad-nirari II, Tiglath-Pileser III, and Sargon II, the empire conquered territories in Mesopotamia, Syria, and Iran, as well as parts of Egypt and Anatolia. The Assyrians also established a system of provincial administration, with each province being governed by an appointed official who reported directly to the king. The Neo-Assyrian period was also marked by significant advancements in military technology and strategy. The Assyrian army became one of the most powerful in the ancient world, consisting of well-trained infantry, chariots, and cavalry, as well as specialized units such as siege engineers and archers. The Assyrians also used terror tactics, such as mass deportations and the public display of enemy heads, to intimidate their opponents. Another notable achievement of the Neo-Assyrian period was the construction of impressive monuments and buildings. The Assyrians built many palaces, temples, and fortifications, featuring intricate carvings and reliefs depicting scenes from daily life, religious rituals, and military conquests. The most famous of these structures is the Palace of Ashurnasirpal at Nimrud, which features elaborate carvings of mythological creatures, hunting scenes, and battle scenes. The Neo-Assyrian period was marked by the rule of several powerful and notable kings who oversaw the expansion and consolidation of the Assyrian Empire. Here are some of the most notable kings of the Neo-Assyrian period. 1. Ashurnasirpal II. Ashurnasirpal II was a prolific builder and military leader who undertook many impressive construction projects and expanded the Assyrian Empire's borders to include parts of Syria and Iran. He conducted brutal military campaigns and established a new system of government that would be inherited by his successors. 2. Shalmaneser III. Shalmaneser III was a powerful king who continued the expansion of the Assyrian Empire and conducted several successful military campaigns against neighboring powers. He also commissioned the famous Black Obelisk, a monument that depicts tribute bearers from various conquered territories. 3. Tiglath-Pileser III. Tiglath-Pileser III was one of the most powerful and successful kings of the Neo-Assyrian period. He reformed the Assyrian army, established a new administrative system, and conducted military campaigns that expanded the empire's borders to include territories in Iran, Syria, and the Levant. 4. Sargon II. Sargon II was a powerful king who continued the expansion of the Assyrian Empire and founded a new capital city, Ashur. He also conducted successful military campaigns against Babylon and established a new system of provincial administration. 5. Ashurnasirpal. Ashurnasirpal was a learned and cultured king who oversaw the construction of several impressive buildings and monuments, including the famous library at Nineveh. He was also a successful military leader who expanded the Assyrian Empire's borders to include territories in Egypt, Anatolia, and Arabia. Despite their military and cultural achievements, the Assyrians were eventually weakened by internal turmoil and external pressures from neighboring powers such as the Babylonians and the Medes. The empire finally fell to the Babylonians and their allies in 612 BCE, marking the end of the Neo-Assyrian period and the beginning of a new era in the history of the ancient Near East. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned.